What's up, you cute little adorable lions? How you doing? It's me, Archer. I'm Archer. You're Leo. This is your tarot reading, all right? Pulling on the current energies for the week ahead in the middle of February 2026-ish. However, they're timeless messages. So whenever it found its way into your algorithm and you clicked on it and decided to come and hang out with us for a little bit or a lot of it, perfect timing as always, all right? So think about your person and let's dive in. Because Leo, as you know, I've known a lot of Leos in my days. Beautiful people, all of them. Very beautiful, filthy rich, love them. Frankie told me that your dominant rock's the sun. Everybody else just gets planets, satellites, but you get the sun. Filthy rich too, I know, I've heard. So let's dig in. You ready? Hey, Caitlin. What up, Laura? Hi, Sandra. Brittany in the house. What up, Max? Queen Tiki. What's up, Cassandra? Hey, Janet. All right, you ready, Jacob? Let's dig in. Here we go. 2 shuffles. Ready, Leo? Let's do this. Dear Leo, won't you come out and play? Dear Leo, meet the brand new day. Hey, hey. Sun is up, sky is blue. It's beautiful, and so are you, dear Leo. 1 and 2. Won't you let me love this deck? For you. Let's go. Hey, laddie. What up, what up? Here we go. Overall energy is the 3 of Cups. A union worth celebrating. And in my biblical tarot, this is the wedding at Cana. So either you are married to this person or you're going to be, which tells me the thoughts of marriage are on both of your guys' minds and in your emotions. Cancer energy. And Cancer and water signs represent emotions in the tarot. All right. The Death card, Scorpio and Cancer, are here with the 7 of Pentacles, brings Taurus to the mix along with the World card. Time to close a chapter in a cycle and get to a much higher vibration. I like this. This World card does show that at the time of recording this reading, as we finally put the year of the snake behind us and get into that year of the fire horse, get ready for something completely different. Some of you guys either have been noticing something about deers in your yard or maybe something like that, seeing deer, but I'm also might even be seeing it as a nice little heads up for those of you, especially if you live in a rural area and have to drive in the dark. Just watch out for deer crossing the road. All right. Okay, let's go. That's just a little friendly advice, I guess. I don't know. Or some of you guys deal with that. Like you try to drive to work or do something and like deer crossing the road and you got to stop and wait. You know, it's like, oh my God, come on. You know? All right, let's go. Current conditions. We have the Lovers. That was the card that came out for Cancer. Some of you guys could be dealing with one or your cuspers. The King of Pentacles, Virgo. I do got all 3 decans of Leo here. And the 6 of Wands. You're manifesting success. And I have been monitoring Leo's energy as we come into the year of 2026. Because what I've noticed is you Leos have had 10 years of roughness. And I have seen a glow up in Leo energy coming in for 2026. All right. So it is a complete closure of a cycle for you. Then I've got Virgo energy here about maturity and emotional balance coming in. So some of y'all could be Leo Virgo cuspers, and then we got the Leo Cancer cuspers. Because you guys will be together and it does go long term. Even though it's been really tough and rough right now, because the Lovers card, I always think of it as the roller coaster ride in the zodiac. It's why Cedar Point in Ohio, Michigan, USA, Ohio. Wait, what? What does the Toledo War have to do with anything? That was like over 100 years ago. Anyways, get over it, Ohio. That explains the Michigan State and Ohio rivalry stuff. Anyways, I digress. Somebody into football here? Anyways, don't worry. We got the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. Ohio got Toledo. Wisconsin got left out in the cold. It's fine. Anyways, so the thing on this is this represents the fights, those ups and downs, the struggles. But you guys choose each other. This was originally called The Choice back in the days of Tarot Marcel. All right, when tarot was just a wee little infant getting started back in the good old days. You guys go long term because look at you guys all old and grown up together. Look at the dog. That dog, I want to know what that dog knows. That dog has lived through some stuff, right? So this talks about those roller coaster rides, the fights that plague married couples and people throughout the stages of their lives. It's not about the struggles that come in those choices. It's more about choosing how to react to those. That when I do readings for couples that have been married for 20 plus years, and it's like they come in on this, they go through those typical ups and downs, but they stick it out and see it through. You guys do the same thing too. You're reaching a point of emotional maturity. Some of you might even have a bird, okay? Or you notice when you go outside and have morning coffee or something, the birds try to gather on the power lines around you even, all right? Those are signs. especially those of you that have a tattoo of a bird or your person does. Is somebody a tattoo artist? Oh, that's kind of cool. I respect ink. I'm too chicken to get any, but I respect it. I think ink's pretty. All right, keep going. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong side of the deck. Hold the deck the right way, Archer. It'll help. Thanks. Stay not. Hush. The Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Pentacles, into the Nine of Cups. Some of you guys are totally dealing with a water sign, but then Sagittarius and Taurus is here as well. It is a bit of a jackpot, which means the silence between the two of you guys, it hasn't closed the door, but it's allowed it to expand and it grow. You're coming to a point that you're tired of having to continuously protect your heart from constant hurt after hurt. So you're missing, as they say, the good old days. Some of you guys, this might have been one of your wedding photos, or in the future it becomes a wedding photo, all right? But it's like you're missing those good old days when things were fun, when you didn't have to be on constant guard and you could just kind of laugh and have fun with life and with them. But stuff has been far too serious for far too long, right? And you need a break from stress after stress after stress, right? It's like Heath Ledger in Batman. Why so serious? When in reality, you're doing all you can to hold it together from walking away, like Heath Ledger walking away from a hospital. Yeah, right? You're holding it together really well, though. I knew it. As I'm saying, you're holding it together really well. I get the Strength card. Oh my gosh. I love it. Whenever I get a signs major arcana in their reading, that tells me you are taking your power back. All right. I love this for you. Oh, this is actually taking, I'm going to take some time and listen to you for a second, because they never do that, right? Hold on. I got you on this. Because it's like every time you gave them a chance or you try to open up to them, they let you down time after time. That song might even resonate. Time after time. Maybe it's like in your playlist or something. The thing on this is, though, is that you're kind of burnt out on giving chance after chance. That's understandable, Leo. I mean, your heart is precious cargo. You know what I mean? They were supposed to be the ones protecting it, and yet you're having to do it on your own. All right, let's find out why. And let's see where it goes, because the Three of Cups says that you guys either are married or you will be. Could be dealing with a Gemini, Virgo's here, could be another Leo, Pisces and Taurus, Cancer and Sag. Strong Pisces, strong Cancer so far. A lot of Taurus too. Oh, dude, the Strength card came out twice. Oh, that is confirmations that you're taking your power back. The Hermit, the Moon, this is all major arcana. With the Hierophant. Some of you guys might even have a Taurus moon or Taurus somewhere in your chart. Somebody here's even a Libra moon. But this is all major arcana, which represents major shifts, major changes. And with it being the clarifiers, it's stuff that you've manifested into your life. Remember when you told God you wanted a whole new life? You wanted this all fixed up? God's like, all right, these changes are going to be epic, but you're going to love the outcome. You know what I mean? So, you know, here's the thing, is that you could not keep just letting them go off on you when they were stressed or when they were tired or when they were drunk or whatever it was. Like, if they would have just communicated it to you instead of trying to get under your skin with it, you might have been more receptive to things. You know what I mean? What's up, Lioness? Hey, Sammy. King of Pentacles on the King of Pentacles squared into that Knight of Pentacles shows you've given them a lot of grace and a lot of time. You've been more than patient. But when I get repeating cards, such as two Kings of Pentacles on this one, it shows me you guys are both coming into a balance, into an equal and being on the same page, right? And repeating cards always is God telling me you need to scry a little deeper into those cards. There's more there than meets the eye, right? So when I look into the point of it, maybe the maturity was a difference, or the difference in your guys' upbringings or something, because it's like you both had to learn about each other's love languages here, because you both approached each other in a very different way, right? Different feelings based on different relationships that you both had been through before you met. So neither of you guys really had the time to get to know each other, right? Maybe in the beginning, one or both of you was even trying to get out of a previous bad relationship when you met. And so, like, old stuff filtered into the current relationship, right? The Hierophant speaks about taking a moment to step back and look at things from a non-biased perspective in order to achieve that knowledge. So I really feel like the timeout that you needed was to help you overcome that depressed feeling on the 5 of Cups because you were burnt out or nearing a stage of a crash out and you couldn't just keep giving, but they would never give you a moment's peace. 5 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles. You were really holding it all together between work, day-to-day life, taking care of them, taking care of home. Like you never had 5 minutes to process anything, right? Yeah, especially those of you with kids involved. I see a Leo trying to visit the restroom and like having somebody, mom, dad, somebody, oh my God, what's going on, right? Some of you guys, it was simply just the twin flame because of the difference in the mindsets between the two of you guys. Some of you guys could be dealing with twin. So the thing about this is it all just became very superficial, all about the affection and the attention, but there was no real depth into it. So God had to break this thing up and separate you two because the fights needed to stop. It was actually ruining your guys' feelings for each other. You guys were growing to hate each other, right? Some of you guys could be born on the 9th or the 8th. Could be life path 9 or 8. The 5th, the 19th is here. A lot of repeating 5s. Hierophant, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. Some of you guys could be seeing 555 a lot. And remember, 5s are the number of grace in the Bible, all right? Which is a little bit of God giving you a reminder to give yourself a little bit of grace. 10 of Cups, the 3 of Wands. Take a little time to follow your dreams and your passions, right? They were really emotionally closed off. No wonder you'd mirror and then you'd be like, oh, okay, you want to be cold-hearted and cutting? I'll be cold-hearted and cutting. And then the silence became a lot. Interesting on that. Scorpio and Leo energy on this. Virgo's really strong at the moment. And I feel a lot of fixed vibes, which would be Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo. Some of you guys are dealing with another Leo. 7 of Pentacles, or someone that acts a lot like a Leo. They got strong Leo in their chart, don't they? But you guys are totally syncing here. It's like I can't even tell you two apart. If you guys were cars, you'd roll off the assembly line one VIN number apart. You're so similar, right? Maybe somebody here works in the auto industry. And I don't know why, but I feel like somebody needs new carpet or somebody wants new carpet or somebody lives in an apartment and they're trying to get new carpet. I don't know. Anyhow, another set of repeating cards showing you guys coming into the same energies and getting on the same page, that you guys both actually want this from each other. You both have wished for each other. It's just that the gifts were provided and then mistreated, right? It's like you guys had both been burned so bad that before meeting each other, and that might lead to why they were a very emotional person. So you guys never got a good chance to get things off the ground right. And the thing that comes in onto this one is like maybe one of you were like getting out of that bad relationship, or you both were at the time you guys met, because a lot of that past PTSD trauma baggage all got lost and jumbled up in the baggage claim. Is there a Leo here making plans to fly somewhere? Or, ooh, do you or your person work in the airline industry? Somebody travels for work, right? So that's what led to all of these awkward feelings between the two of you guys. Because it's like, instead of just coming to you and saying, hey, Leo, I see you're going through a lot. Let's talk about it. It was easier to try to get your attention in other ways, right? Either passive aggressiveness, bullying tactics, stuff like that, right? 7 of Pentacles and 9 of Cups they're realizing they failed at a blessing that was presented to them when they met you. I think like you were at that point that you were brought into their life as a soulmate catalyst vibe in order to get them to awaken to what they were doing that was not only pushing you away from them, it's also pushing everybody else in their life away from them too. 2 of Wands. That was what was left with that great decision that you guys had to deal with. Aries energy on this one. Some of you guys could be dealing with an Aries or an Aries Taurus cusper, but strong Pisces energy on this one. Cancer's here too. Virgo, Sagittarius, and somebody's born on the 30th. Queen of Pentacles. That's the King of Pentacles counterpart. So there is a victory between the two of this for you guys. Cool. All right, let's go a little deeper. I got you covered on this. And thanks for being here too, Leo. I love you, and thanks for being a part of this. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or to check out everything else the channel has to offer, just scan the QR code or use the link in the description or pinned in my bio. That'll take you right to the automated booking site that shows you pricing and availability for personal readings, along with all the other digital small businesses and channels that we support here in the Archer Network. So hang out and be a part of this. And if you are online or in the public eye or have a small business or a healing business, post your links to it down in the comments section. I'll go Page of Swords and check it out. And maybe we'll shout you out too. All right. We're looking for people to join the Archer Network and be like just part of the healing journey for all of us. Heal people, heal people. So hang around. Thank you much. All right. Let's see what we got going on this. Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups. That's the real love. Totally. You could be dealing with a Cancer. Don't have to be, but sure does help. Yeah. Six of Pentacles to the Knight of Cups. Somebody that actually comes in, shows up correct, and stays committed and sees it through. Because the whole thing about it is that, like, they were doing everything possible to try and trick you while they were in a bad state that didn't sit right with you. But the way they would rage bait and talk over you in order to make everything your fault, it just became so much to the point where you couldn't get a word in edgewise, you know? But at the moment, I do see that they weren't really appreciating everything you were doing for them, along with all the other responsibilities in both of your lives that were so obvious to see that, like, you didn't think you had to explain yourself or fight for this, right? Some of you guys may have been financially supporting them with all that Pentacle energy. Well, they were just breadcrumbing you, you know? And then it wound up like kind of jading your perspective on love, right? They always, everybody just, once they use you up, then they ghost you, they block you. And it got to the point that, like, some of you guys might do the same thing where people treat you wrong and you just block, right? Because you've already been through enough and you don't have time for the other stuff. You've dealt with so many people that weren't ready for a real relationship, but you and this person are. You guys are both just very jaded and guarded, right? And why in the world did they try making you jealous? I mean, the whole thing on this, that constant need for attention and everything with their impatience, it was like this really needed a Six of Pentacles, healthy balance of independence and codependence, right? In order for you to know they weren't going anywhere, entertaining other options, but they also needed to be able to do a couple things on their own, right? You wanted a partner, not a child. And because they tried making you jealous or making you think making you think they were cheating on you or entertaining other options or whatever. But they're realizing that the lies they made up trying to make you jealous backfired on them. Sagittarius energy on this, Cancer and Pisces and Taurus vibes. So they had to learn a lesson about that, because that Five of Wands talks about learning lessons to achieve the Six of Wands victory for you guys, right? And like the way this went down, it literally did leave you wondering, like, why you even loved them, or if there was even love there in the first place. But here's the thing is, for both of you guys, you trying to push and pull and manipulate things is what kind of led to this out-stubborning each other, because neither of you guys wanted things to go this far. But it's almost like we're at the point now that it's like Five of Cups of the Hierophant. Well, we've already come this far. I guess we better just stick it through. So neither of you guys want to get divorced or break up or any of that stuff. But yet, because of the ego clashes, it's like, and trying to outdo each other, it led to the point that you both fear that that's the only way it could go through, right? That Five of Cups into the Nine of Cups shows both of you guys feeling like you missed out on a blessing because of it. And it's almost like you guys you love them, you hate them, love to hate them. Is this like your guys' way of flirting and it went out of hand? Like, let's make Leo mad, because then, like, what happens afterwards will be like really whoa. You know what I mean? The thing here is that something got way out of hand onto it. It's like someone's answer to the problem is always ghosting or going silent, thinking that that fixes everything, when all it does is let unfinished things fester inside even more, right? Nothing gets solved in the silence. Only communication can fix things. So I do see, Leo, at first that they thought that, like, all this would work out in their favor, but you growing cold, you growing distant, not chasing, taking your power back, Strength card. That's the whole thing here that's leading them to look more inward into themselves and wonder why they Five of Cups let all of this get this out of hand. And that's what's killing off their fight or flight response in order to teach them to stick things out through the tough times to the end. So they do want to see this change. It's kind of like for some of you guys, this might be rather specific, but for the 5 to 6% of you guys that they did choose someone else over you, what they found out is that someone else took their games and went pro with it. The player got outplayed, or the hyper-independent person got overly independent. Something caused them to realize what they were doing to you, and that's the energy here that got them into a point that they're becoming the one so scared of losing control that they'll do anything for attention as opposed to mature conversation. So the thing on this is that they don't have to play games to win your heart, right? Like they did with all their exes, because you were all in from the beginning. They just weren't used to someone being all about them, right? I do see this coming into a period that this is like a break of no contact, and it might start in more of a slow burn where like you guys talk a little bit, then there's a little bit more quietness, but then they do reach out again. All right. It's like the waters are being tested with all the emotions that were played out beforehand. Some of you guys might even be experiencing temperature changes, feeling heat when it's cold, having a hard time warming up or getting cold down. You can check your thermostat and the temp's really up and you're freezing, things like that. The ring in the ears might be getting a little more potent too for some of you guys. Somebody's a life path number 7 though, and something about September 7th is a date that resonates. The Page of Swords, lessons learned. I like this. That leads to the Page of Cups and the Knight of Swords. God making chess moves to bring you guys together, because neither of you guys want this to end in the first place. That Knight of Swords, God making chess moves down here on Earth to line you guys up, to bring you together in the proper perspective, with the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. I don't see this being so much about the energies of like stalking, digital stuff, looking you up online. The Page of Swords is also the card of the student, okay? That lessons being learned. They're experiencing that awakening that you actually were the one, and that they shouldn't have ran their tests and games on you. This is what's causing you both to take the time to slow your roll and like begin again. Getting to know each other so that you guys can totally trust and love and open up again. You know, the thing is, deep down, you guys were both very on guard about everything because of what you'd been through in the past, right? You guys met as a result of the traumas you both had been through before. But deep down, both of you guys were just very on guard about things, and that's understandable, right? The thing is, with like what you both had been through before meeting each other, it is actually totally understandable why it could go false start. But that's what's leading into the slow burn for the both of you. They just needed to slow the roll a bit to give you some time to be you, to stop having to sacrifice your own identity just to be in the relationship, and be able to, Page of Swords, learn about each other's love languages in order to come back together, right? Because it's the kind of vibes like maybe one of your guys, your love language is gift giving. So one of you guys don't say much about it. It's like, you're just supposed to love me, or you know I love you because I'm giving you gifts. But the other one's giving language, love language may be like touch or cuddling or things like that, or communications, love languages, right? That's the vibe here, that as much as you're ticked off at them, you're like, I can be mad at him, but nobody else better be mad at him, because you do love each other. It's like you two protect each other, and you guys can pick on each other, but if anybody else steps in, you guys defend each other on this one. So the thing about this is learning each other's love languages is what's allowing you guys to come back together and take this relationship to that next level, right? That brings you guys into a much higher vibration together. Some of you guys have a friend or a work buddy too, and they're actually helping to bring this together for you behind the scenes. It might even be somebody that you're like, whoa, I thought they were like totally into me, and in reality, like you guys are just soulmates that cross into a bestie vibes. Then in the end, you guys both wind up in relationships with your person on your mind, then with their person on their mind, and you guys wind up having really awesome double dates in the future going forward. Nah, this isn't into multiple awkward stages of your life. It's all coming together into a much higher vibration, Leo. Hang in there, Leo. You've come this far. That real love is right around the corner, along with some peace. I love that for you. You've made it this far. Don't give up now, Leo. All right. You've changed a lot over the years. You know your worth. I'm proud of you for that. It's cool. I love this reading. Claim this thing, Leo. We got to manifest this for you. This is awesomeness. And do remember, this could resonate to any placement of Leo in your chart. You're not just your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. That's what makes you. That's why your dominant rock's the sun, the center of the universe. Can't help it. You're Leo. You were just born that way. I love this thing for you. Please leave a comment down below and claim this thing. All right. It helps get the channel out there in the algorithms and the interwebs, helps us to grow. Even if you just want to leave an emoji to keep your personal life private, that's cool. Just leave the comment, helps. All right. God knows what you're thinking behind those emojis, so we can still help you manifest it and make it happen. All right. And do consider subscribing. I go live with an all signs on Monday. Hang out and be a part of the fam. Check out everything else the channel has to offer. And otherwise, until when next we meet, Leo, dear, darling, buddy, pal, I'll see you then. All right. But until then, peace, love, and spinny hugs. Big spinny hugs for you, Leo. You better start giggling. No, it's okay. I love you, Leo. I'll see you guys later. And peace.